Spain show up. Maybe some skiers from Ireland would be.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I got to be honest. I mean, we had so much fun at the last Worlds, and there's you just the personalities and the vibe you get when you bring in people from different countries is so much different than going to a say like a nationals tournament or a regional. I mean, it's just a whole different environment. But definitely miss South Korea, Jung, not being here. I mean, he was such a fun guy to be around.
He was a one-man team, but he had energy for the whole bunch. I mean,
yeah, so Jung, if you're watching, we wish you were here. We hope you're doing well. We don't have Puerto Rico here.
No, Luis is. I'm sure he's watching though right now. I'm sure he's tuning in to watch.
And Luis was at the U.S. Nationals, I understand. Did he move to Florida?
He did, yes. He dropped by to see some of the skiing. He wasn't skiing himself. He's a little busy with the move and taking care of the family, all that kind of stuff. But I think once he's settled in, he's going to be right back into the skiing. And I'm sure he's someone we'll be seeing in the future again.
Yeah, outstanding. And another skier that absent missing, Peter Reichbauer was at the last.
Yeah.
So, Peter, where are you? And
you know, Peter's another one. He's hard to miss. He's got that infectious smile on him.
Yeah.
Peter actually spent a year in Florida doing a high school exchange. He was living with the Gerards, Jackson Gerard's family. So he was doing a lot of skiing and he's a really, really talented football player.
What player?
Football, American football.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
With the funny shaped ball and everything.
Yeah, not the where you have no scrum, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So he did really well in that and tumbling or cheerleading. He's a really good gymnast, and unfortunately he damaged his knee probably 3 months before the end of his stay. And after the recovery of that, it kind of came down to what he was going to focus on and. You know, visas and everything like that for leaving Austria and coming back in, and things are a little complicated for him. So he
yeah, that's
home.
too bad. I got a kick out of him. We were standing there rocking the dance floor at the reception at the 2016, and he starts throwing backflips. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, he's this little Austrian ninja. I mean, the kid's short and compact, and he can spin, flip, do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, I hope Peter, I hope you're doing well in your recovery. Would love to see you in Australia in 2020 and wish you all the best.
Definitely, without a doubt.
All right, we're going to be kicking off the junior boys slalom preliminary round. 13 skiers, going to narrow it down to 8 for the finals, and we're being told we're going to have ship to shore. So Ben Groen and I will talk you through the runs, and here we go. First skier on the water, Nolan Goddard out of Canada.
What input are you on? You know?
Right now it was S video.
No, it's just, what are the options?
I got a socket for me. Component?
Nope.
Cable not connected?
Nope, that's TV. That's
TV.
Oh, that was TV, yeah.
AV?
AV should be it. Give it a sec. And I will check at the... Should be AV. Because they're getting it in the live stream trailer and you get the same signal.
Nolan Goddard on the water for Canada. 13-year-old, or actually he would be, I think, 15 years old now. Skiing in his first World Championships Nolan's only been competing in barefoot water skiing for 2 seasons, so congratulations to qualifying and making it to the World Championships.
Yeah, it's great to see juniors back in Canada, even if he's just the one. And we're back up and running with our ship to shores now, Rod, so we can see Nolan coming into the course here on his second pass.
Here we go. Forward pass coming in. Saw him lifting a foot there. Yeah, he's picking up. I'm not sure he's getting all the way through the way. Looks like he's proficient on the one side, Ben, and then skiing it back on 2 on the reverse.
Yeah. So he's got that strong right leg there, but
tell you what, that's a nice run though. That's going to be a PB run there for Nolan Goddard. I'm looking at his scores. Hasn't skied a tournament in 2 years, and based on the fact that what I saw for 1 foot, that's got to be a PB.
I'm sure he's going to be happy with that. So next on the water, we got Mike Sousa from US of A, one of the junior skiers. Mike's skiing as an independent here, but he's on the junior developments team for the US, which is something they've got going on, which is pretty cool. So they've got a good group of kids, and the name kind of says it. It's the development team, so that features skiers from this Worlds and potential junior skiers for the coming Worlds.
Yeah, I had a chance on Friday night to sit down and socialize a little bit with Michael's mom, who's here. But what a cool story. So you probably know Dawn Stope from the Eastern region.
Yes.
And her mom kind of was just so grateful that Don has taken Michael under his wings. But here we go. You go ahead and call the run. We got live feed. So
all right.
Take
so
it
here
away,
comes
Ben.
Mike. He stands up in the weight, kind of shakes and regrips the handle there. He's going to be coming in for 1 foot crossings. And there he goes. Nice transition there from Mike. 2 crossings in already. Goes back for 3. Really strong on that passenger side there. Transition 4. Coming back for 5. I think these are nice and high and clean, Rod. Sorry. So there he goes. That's 7 crossings. There's 8. I'm guessing time probably went right around that 6 mark. But I know Mike's going to be happy with that. I was up there skiing with Don and Mike this summer, just about a month ago in July. And his 1 foot slalom forwards was something that he was really having a bit of a hard time with. And he managed to overcome it, and he's looking extremely confident there.
Yeah, the things I noticed on that run, Ben, the foot stayed underneath him. I didn't see any change in spray, so it wasn't like he was getting defensive, pushing his foot out in front of him. His body posture, his height stayed pretty consistent. I didn't see him get tall as he got through the run. He stayed basically at the same height, so it looked like he had really good body positioning and just felt really comfortable out there on that pass. That was a nice run for Michael Sousa.
Yeah, very nice, consistent run there for Mike. I know we'll be happy with that. And he's going to be coming in backwards, looking to do some back 1 foot slalom as well.
Again, his mom mentioned, so Don Stope and the crew out there in the Eastern region, she was so grateful. They took him to nationals, took him to regionals. Family's busy. They just couldn't get away, and Don said, hey, I'll adopt him for the tournaments and take him with me and, keep him out of trouble and make sure that he, doesn't, starve to death and everything.
Yeah.
But, yeah, what a great gesture. And that kind of speaks to the barefoot community. I mean, that's one story, but, you look around, there's a lot of people that, are always taking kids and other people with them to tournaments or making sure they get the training they need to be successful. So
absolutely,
what a great community to be part of.
And here's Mike now in a second pass, 2 crossings in, and nice clean 1 foot backwards as well. There's 3. As he comes back for 4, he's a little wide on those transitions, so he's burning some time, but he's doing his best to keep that foot up, which is what counts right now. So that's about 5 crossings there. Coming back for 6. I can hear the U.S. cheering him on.
Yeah, stand-up run, Michael Sousa. So, yeah, there was a couple crosses where he got. It looked like he had a lot of speed built up, and he shot wide, and then he tried to pick up right away.
Yeah.
And he carried his foot off the water for a long distance to go wide and then across, and then it kind of almost looked like it threw him off a little bit, where he tried to then on the reverse side picked up a little late or tried to pick up late, but he didn't get as wide. So he'll figure it out. I mean, he's going to get that rhythm down where it's just clicking on both sides. And I mean, when I look at the scores and where he's at, I mean, he's definitely on the fast track. He's moving
I'm
on
sure
up.
He's going to be happy with that. Like you said, he's a little wide on the transitions, and he's going to need to tighten up a little bit there if he ends up skiing through to the second round, the semis, or the final, sorry, for these juniors. But we'll see what the boat has to say about Mike's score there as we come into our Team New Zealand junior skier Toby Kelly on the water now. You saw his dad Bevan taking the lead in the jump event earlier today in senior men's with a big 23.5 meter jump. And Toby's he's loaded full of the same talent as Bev. He's going to be coming in here. He's been looking good in training. Coming in for his first run forwards now. He does some nice, clean 1-foot crossings, front and backwards. So Tobes is going to be looking to put on a really solid score here. So as he sets up now, he goes straight into those 1-foot crossings, trying to keep that foot clean all the way through. Here goes number 3, looking strong. Not a whole lot of movement from Tobes. He's looking nice and solid here. Here's crossing number 5, going back for 6. 7, so I'm guessing time's probably expired. He's got a nice strong run there. Team New Zealand, let me hear it for our junior skier, Toby Kelly. Nice clean run on first pass coming down there.
I really liked what I saw there out of Toby, Ben. He had really good foot angle, and his transitions were really nice. He sat down and he was turning. He didn't spend a lot of time facing the boat. He'd sat down. He was pointing back towards the wake, so he had really good rhythm there. I look at his scores. He skied 2018 New Zealand Nationals and put up a 7.9. After that run, I think he's looking at a PB potential here, depending on how the second run goes.
I'd say he's definitely looking to push into PB territory. Like I said, I seen Tobe doing some back 1-foots in team training this last week, and he's looking nice and solid with those. So I think we could see a personal best out of Toby here.
Yeah, his personal best is 8.6, set last year.
Thank you. All right, guys, so just the heads up for folks that are wondering, women's slalom, senior women's slalom, the last event we just did, the event scores are posted down at the start dock area there. So senior women's slalom, if you want to check out the scores, head down to the dock. Those scores have been posted, and we'll probably have them for you shortly here in the announcers tower as well.
8.6 is the number to beat for the PB, set at the 2017 BOP Regionals for Toby Kelly. And here he goes, coming up backwards on pass number 2. Ben, go ahead, take it away.
All right, so look at that. Gets really aggressive on that first 1-foot. Kind of puts it down a little early, I think, but comes back for 2. He's trying to hold it up now. There's 3. Coming back for 4. There goes 5. He's looking cleaner now. He's starting to get a good rhythm on as well. 6. Starting to build rhythm, pull pace, and he just pulls off there on crossing number 7. I've got a feeling that'll be out of time for him, though, Rod. So yeah. I think it's going to be a great run for Toby Kelly there, all the way from New Zealand.
So the observation there, Ben, on that first cross, it looked like the legs were wide to me.
Yes.
He picked up, the legs were not parallel or tight. Kind of threw him off a little bit on pass number 1. As he came down, as you mentioned, though, he dialed it in. He had a really nice really nice rhythm going through the set there. He was getting it dialed in. The legs were tight. The turning, the angle, the foot angle, nice glide, relaxed angles. I really liked what I saw at the end. It was kind of awkward but as you mentioned, it might have been out of time, but it looked like his feet just got spread apart, and he almost did the splits.
Yeah, he was almost one foot each side of the wake there at the end. So as we wait here to hear the provisional score out of the boat for Toby's pass, are we waiting to see if he struck out on a PB or at least close to it, I'd say, between those two runs. So while we wait for our next guy, Cooper Elliott, to get ready, we got some senior men's jump scores here. So we've got Lee Stone with an 8.4, Blake Ehlers with a final jump score 8.9, Joe Lovato 9.2, Don Schwartz 9.3, Paul Turner with a 9.6, Mark McCauley jumping with a 10.7 to tie 12th place with Jerry Canoia, Eric Friedel with an 11.0, Doug Jordan with a 15.5, and Danny Baumgartner with a 17.8 meter jump. Then your 8 guys after that are the ones that are going to make the finals. I'll announce those quickly once we see Cooper's first pass here. So eyes on the water for Team Australia. We've got your junior boy skier, Cooper Elliott now. He's got a clean-shaven face, so hopefully he can move a little faster than he has been in practice. That could have been a tactic from the beginning. I'm not quite sure. But here comes Cooper now. You call it, Rod, as he comes into the run.
Here we go. Cooper Elliott setting up on the left side of the wake. There's a nice 1-foot cross. Nice 1-foot cross past number 2. He's got a good rhythm. There's 3, 4 1-foots. Oh, he went down on number 5, recovered, hung on. He's
look
still,
at that.
look at him go. Wow.
He's
That's
got
impressive.
A death grip on that handle rod. He is not giving up.
And, you know, the thing that's so impressive with that is he goes down face first, hangs onto the handle, tumbles up, comes up, and goes right back into waking.
Immediate composure.
That cross he had right after the fall was beautiful.
Oh, like
I mean, just
didn't-
a beautiful
didn't
1
move
foot.
him a
It
budge.
was like totally composed.
He's
no,
probably skiing
no
blind with the
worries,
stars
yeah.
in his eyes. And
Next, the ladies'
beautiful. So our 8-man senior men jumpers that are going through to the final round. We got 8 guys here, all big jumps as well. We're a pretty heavily contested event. An 8th seed, Chris McWaters, 18.2. 7th place from New Zealand, Fred Groen with an 18.7. Sneaking in there by 0.1 with an 18.8, we got Gordy Croteau. Cameron Smith in 5th spot with a 19.5. And your top 4 guys in the 20-meter range, we've got Jim Nyberg with a 20.3. Another Aussie on the list here, Brett Sands with a 21.7. Jason Lee with a 23.1 meter jump. And in top seed right now, Team New Zealand, Bevan Kelly with a 23.5 meter jump. And then we've got some of the ladies' results here as well.
Okay, we've got Cooper Elliott coming up on pass number 2. Ben, tell us what you see.
All right, so here he comes now. He's looking really nice and tight there. Coming back for his first cross. Puts down a little early, but he's going for 1 foot. Second cross is on 2. Coming back for 3. That foot looked high and clean on that one. Comes back again, crossing number 4 on 2 feet. Crossing number 5 is on 1. Nice and clean, nice and tidy. Crossing 6 on 2. He's going to pick that foot up again for crossing number 7 on 1. He puts down a little early there, but he skis out the pass.
Stands
He's
it
going to
up.
be happy with that. Solid skiing there from Cooper Elliott. Come on, Team Australia. Let me hear it. Your junior boy skier.
8.8 was the personal best for Cooper Elliott. 2 stand-up passes. I saw some nice 1-foots. We'll see if he scored them with the judges and put up a new high water mark for himself. No, Ben, I want to ask you about this. So I read the rule book, and we've got the the senior ladies slalom events, and because there's only 2 rounds in the juniors and seniors, they state that there's 8 skiers that advance to the finals, whereas in the elite or open division, it's based on the number of participants. So,
So that typically is true.
Right.
They had to make an exception at this Worlds. If there's 8 or less skiing in the event, typically they'll only get one round, and they'll be relegated immediately to their final round. I think on a good call on part of the chief judge, Ashley Stebbings, and the council and the crew, they went to a vote to see if they'd allow all ladies 2 rounds, but only 4 will make it to the second round. So they're giving them a second chance instead of just pushing them straight to the finals, but only 4 will be going through to ski in the finals. And right now we got Chad Scott, Team New Zealand, junior boy skier on the water. Toby Kelly's had his run. Chad's going to throw it down as well. Another strong skier here. Chad's going to be coming in for some front 1-foots as he regrips the handle. And he is off. Nice and clean 1-foot. Goes straight back up. There's 2. Coming back now, nice and clean for 3. There goes 4. Chad's looking nice and consistent pace here. 5, 6. Really steady, really strong skiing here from Chad. 7 crossings in. He's going to be happy with that. Solid run all the way down.
Chad's game is on the way up. Having just skied the 2018 New Zealand Nationals here this year, back in March, I believe it was. Personal best, 9.8.
Wow.
So that's the last tournament he's actually wake slalomed in. Put up a PB. Let's see if he can improve on that and keep it going in the upward direction here at the World Championships.
Yeah, Chad's sister actually, Marguerite Scott, or Margie, as most knew, skied the 2016 Worlds as a junior for New Zealand. So he's following in the footsteps there of family. He's stepped up to ski on the junior team now, and it's great to see just, family staying involved. Chad's dad, Craig, is out here as a manager. He looks really good in a singlet or a tank top if you see him on site. And like you said, Chad's got a big score in the 9s here, so he's going to be looking to try and push into the 10 margin, I think. Get into that double digits and put up a nice solid score.
Yeah, I do remember Marguerite at the 2016 World Championships. Not here?
No, Margie's she's taking some time off from skiing, focusing on some other stuff, and she's keeping busy though.
That's good. Yeah, I always like to see the skiers come back, but I know life can be busy and challenging. So, wish you all the best, Margie, and hope everything's going well with you. Okay, we've got skier on the water. Ben, take it away.
All right, so Chad's coming in backwards as well. He's going to be looking to do some back ones. So he comes in for that first crossing, puts down a little early, but that's okay. He keeps composure, he keeps skiing. Nice clean crossing on number 2. Comes back number 3, he's holding that foot up there on that right leg. Number 4 is really high and tight. Number 5, strong on the right foot there. Crossing number 6, little bobble, but he's keeping a good pace going. There's crossing number 7. Some good skiing there from Chad Scott, all the way from Team New Zealand.
That was a nice run, Ben. Thing I noticed about Chad's run is, boy, he really picks that foot up clean. There's no question. If I'm a judge in the boat and I watch him pick up, without a doubt, you can see he holds that
up there.
He holds that foot nice and high. There's no second guessing for the judges as to whether the only thing he'd ever have to worry about is obviously if you're if you're picking up late or setting down early, but. Looked pretty good. I thought he did a really nice job getting all the way through that run and holding on to the handle at the end of the lake. So congratulations, Chad Scott, on a great run there.
So you had some results there, Rod, for the senior ladies slalom we just had.
Yeah, I do. So the senior ladies slalom results from earlier, and I appreciate it, Ben, for clarifying, because I wanted to make sure people that are familiar with the rule book and kind of see something else. There's always considerations that go on. So thank you for clarifying that and sharing that with the online audience and the people here on site. But with the senior ladies, 7 competitors, as Ben mentioned, 4 will move on to the finals on Friday. We had Kim Hallburn with 3.7, Betsy Gilman with 7.2, Katina Davis with 7.9. Moving on to the finals on Friday for the senior ladies wake slalom. I'll give those as soon as we get Joel Buck.
So we're kind of bouncing back between Kiwis and Aussies here. So Team Australia, another little junior skier here. Joel Buck coming in for his first crossing. Straight back for 2. Wow, this kid can move. Crossing number 3. 4. This kid's got some speed on his front slalom. 5. Straight back for 6. 7. Little bobble on 7. There's 8. Man, this kid is really moving, Rod. Some nice front slalom there from Joel Buck. Couple of little bobbles halfway down, but I tell you what, he cuts through a wake fast and he's short. Are you sure he's not a dairy?
Yeah, great foot angle. Yeah, when you say that, I'm sitting there watching this going, is that Keenan Derry out there? I mean, yeah, that's a solid run right there. And, here's a guy, he's put up 10-1 in 2018 at the Vic Pre-States tournament. Young guy, 13 years old, got a big future ahead of him. That was a really nice run. I really liked he really had a nice flow. Good rhythm,
yeah.
Just back and forth, good foot angle. Very efficient skiing there for Joel Buck out of Australia.
Yeah, he great. I love that style of front slalom. You see the skiers, they drop in that knee and they really get that lean and drive through the wake there. He looked really nice and solid, like he's really, really cutting through the wake. And if his backwards is anything like his forwards is, I think he's looking at a personal best as well.
Yeah, that 10-1's going to fall pretty quick in his future here if he keeps skiing the way he's skiing. We just saw to that run, and he's rolling over backwards. Here comes the backward, planting with 2. Ben Groen, take us through the run.
All right, so Joel comes into the course backwards now as he sets up for his first crossing, and it's on 1 foot. Little bobble, but this kid's quick on his transitions. There's number 2, coming back for 3. 4. 4's nice and clean. Coming back 5 now. 5 was pretty clean. There's 6. 7. This kid is moving down the lake. 8. He's really going to a rhythm now. He's nice and high and clean, skiing through that wake. Just took a few crossings to get into the rhythm there. But nice skiing from Joel Buck with a back to front at the end of the pass as well. Signs off on a high note there.
Joel Buck, Australia. So, yeah, Ben, you had kind of mentioned, once Joel got into the groove, he was money back there, smooth. Kind of interesting at first. It was almost like it took him a little bit to get comfortable. And then set it back down, picked it back up. And then after that, it was money the rest of the way down the lake.
Good to go.
The 4 finalists for senior women's wake slalom moving into the finals for Friday. The first one in, Terry Jones with a 9.1. Steffi Kirsch of Germany with 11.2. Svenja Hempelmann of Germany with 12.1. And Rachel Norman with 14.2. Congratulations, lady. We'll see you in the finals on Friday.
And then next up on the water, USA's second skier of the event, junior team skier, Brett Swanbaum. So Brett is a Floridian local. We see a lot of him down in Florida at the World Barefoot Center. And the kids actually nicknamed Brett Slalom. So here he goes for 1. Coming straight back for 2. Look at this, Rod. Coming back for 3. There's 4. He's really driving through that wake. There's 5, 6, 7. He's trying to stay in control. Doesn't want to get ahead of himself there. There's 8. This is definitely Brett's strong event here. Slalom, front slalom is something he picked up really easily. And you can just see the confidence in the drive as he cut through the wake there. Great first run.
Wow, that was a great run for Brett Swanbaum there. Yeah, just really good transitions there. So fast. I chuckled a little bit. I kind of saw him doing that open up, point the foot thing, a little bit of the St. Ange thing that I'm used to seeing. Really great forward run there. I mean, he's got to be pretty happy with that. What do you think he scored there? What's he been hitting in practice?
I'm going to hazard a guess. He was probably in the mid-7 range there, 7.2 to 7.6. And backwards is something he's kind of been working on more recently as far as getting efficient with the 1 foots and starting to ski through on that 1 foot. So we'll see what Brett has for us as we come back for the second run. I think he skied about a 12 or 13 not too long ago.
Yeah, he had a 12.0 at the U.S. Barefoot Nationals here a week ago. That's huge. I mean, that's about 2 points higher than he's ever scored previously at a tournament. So he's definitely done well to prepare for this moment in competition at the World Championships. That was a solid first run. Ben, you probably have seen him ski more than most of the people around here most recently. Here he comes up, right side of the wake backwards. Take it away.
All right, so he regrips that handle there as he settles in for his back run. And he's straight off again, really quick off the mark, too, kind of trying to catch those judges off beat, I think. There's 2 crossings. There's 3. He's a little wobbly, but he's keeping that foot really high out of the water there. There's 4. 5. Coming back for 6 now. All clean so far. He's nice and tidy, nice and clean. There's 7. So not quite the pace of his front wakes, but definitely pretty clean and all paid there, I'd say. So great run there from Team USA's youngest member, Brett Swanbaum.
I thought that was a pretty nice run there. He just technically, foot was up. I mean, look, transitions were good. You know, I think Brett skied smart there. He didn't get caught up in the moment and try to ski beyond what he's comfortable with.
Yeah.
I think he went out and did what he probably is accustomed to doing in practice. And boy, that, you know, I would say a 6 pace on that probably.
Yeah, I think he's probably right in the 5 to 6 range there, and you know Brett should be he's probably smart enough to know. I'm sure his managers and coaches have told him if he can go out there and do what he does, he's probably going to make it to that top 8 final round. We're seeded far enough into this event now, Rod. We've only got I think 6 more guys left, so we're going to start seeing some tight scores. I'm sure it's going to get pretty competitive here. And once again, we're moving on to our Italians now.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. If we've got 8 skiers in the juniors and you need a 12 to get in, it's going to be quite a competition on Friday's finals. Those are big numbers for a junior division.
Oh, yeah. And you start getting to that 12, 13s, 14s. You know, all it takes is 1 knock here, 1 knock there, a little bobble. You're losing 0.5, 0.6, crossing at a time. All right, Italy, eyes on the water for your junior boy skier.
Gianluca Garino from Italy.
Glad you pronounced his name, Rod. Here he comes in for his first run now. Nice 1-foot cross in there. He's coming back for 2. Looking pretty tidy. Nice, little bobble on number 3 there. Sits down early, but he keeps on pace, keeps moving. There's 5. Coming back now for 6. Little late lift possibly on 6, coming back for 7. Good rhythm. Overall, a pretty steady run there. I think he's going to be pretty happy with that, especially in this prelim round.
Yeah, that was a nice stand-up run there. I thought that was good flow, good body position. Kept it nice and tight to the wake. Didn't get wide in the curls. I thought that was a really good first run there.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that, and be interesting to see what he can bring to the table backwards. His junior teammate Andrea is sitting there on the dock next in line. So these guys are obviously pretty tight in scores. They're seated right next to each other. And once we get done with the 2 Italian boys here, we're moving on to our final Kiwi of the event, William Lee, Bryce Storman. Team Australia is TJ Russo, and then from the USA, young Jackson Gerard. So we've got some really big skiers coming up here, Rod, as we round into the end of this prelim round.
Yeah, it's going to be, these guys are crazy good, and this won't be the only time you'll see them. These guys there's elite skiers in this division that are also pushing world records and vying for elite medals. Young generation here, what a phenomenal group of athletes that we're blessed with the opportunity to watch here this week. And there's a lot of young talent in this division too. You know, you look at so we just said Brett Swanbaum, 12 years old. We've got Gianluca Garino here from Italy. He's only 14. I mean, these guys they're going to be skiing, and come Australia, they're still juniors.
Still juniors, yeah. Still in the contention and for the running. So here he comes now. Nice 1 foot backwards too, Rod. He's looking pretty steady, really clean. Keeping that foot really nice and high. He's skiing through the wake really, really comfortably. That's 4 crossings in now. He's coming back for 5. Here comes 6, and again, really, just a little catch of the heel there at the end of that 6th crossing.
I think it's probably towards the end of the run. I think you
so.
counted 6 crosses. You know, it looked like 6, not to exceed 7 pace, so I think he's okay with where it all went down there. And as you pointed out, Ben, there's, you know, we're getting down to the numbers here. So Gianluca was the 6th highest seed in the division, 8 moving on. So I think that was a pretty solid performance there for him. I think he's going to have a really good shot at making it to the finals.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy with that. Like you see, he's probably got a good chance of skiing again in the finals later this week. Putting up a good score. He's got a good score there for the overall as well, which is the other thing these boys are all contending for. And now he's going to hand over the handle to his Italian teammate, Andrea Emma. Andrea is another young gun from Europe. He's about 15 years old. He's a current junior boys European champion. Really talented young skier, capable of tricking up into 4, possibly 5,000 points. Slaloms, anywhere I think he's pushing up into the 14s and 15s now. So we'll see what he can bring to the table here in the prelim rounds.
Yeah, what impresses me about Andrea is just how quickly he's moved up. You know, it's 2018. Back in 2015, put up a personal best of 5.2. And now he's putting up scores like 13.6 in 2 years.
Yeah.
He's more than doubled his scores.
Absolutely. That's a huge trend to go on. As he gets into his 3rd crossing here, you can see that trend's probably going to keep continuing this tournament. That's 4 crossings already, 5. He's looking really sharp, really efficient here. 6. There's 7. I'm going to guess he's probably at a 7.2 to a 7.6 pace, Rod. That was some really, really tidy skiing from Andrea there on his first pass.
Yeah, that was some outstanding action there. Really impressed with the Italian boys here, back to back. Solid skiing. They definitely got it. Have you had any chance to train with those guys, Ben, and spend time with them?
I did get the opportunity to ski a couple of weeks with Andrea last fall. He came out and spent some time in Florida with us at the World Barefoot Center. Really nice young kid. Like I said, really proficient with his turns. He's doing all 4 surface turns, getting to multiple turns now, 360s and 720s, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see what you can do in that trick event. And like you said, you know, you look at the rate of acceleration in this kid skiing from the last 3 years. Trick scores, slalom scores are just continuing to go up, and I'm sure we're going to see that again today with his slalom here, if his backwards is anything like that front run.
Yeah, it's fun seeing such a big group coming from Italy, and you know, historically, when I always think of barefooting in Italy, I think of jumping. I mean, they've had such phenomenal jumpers, world record holders coming out of that country, just incredible jump scores that they've used to traditionally put up. Still have some good jumping, but nice to see the proficiency here in the other events from the Italians. I think the future looks great for Italy in this sport of barefoot water skiing.
Yeah, I think they're very well positioned moving into 2020 here down in Sydney.
Coming up backwards, pass number 2, Andrea Emma from Italy. Here we go. Ooh, nice pace. Clicking it off. Boy, he's flying back there. Nice crosses. Picking up that foot. Clean. Good transitions. Really nice pace here. Keeping it nice and tight to the wake. Yeah, that's a great run right there. Excellent effort there. Give a round of applause for Andrea Emma out of Italy.
Next up on the water, another Kiwi here, William Lee, skiing in what will be his second Junior World Championships. Oh, sorry, third Junior Championships. Skied the first time in the Junior Worlds 2014 down in Australia. Was a big key member of the junior team in 2016 in Wisconsin. Now he's back here again, kind of lead the team on for his last year as a junior title. And Will's one of the strong skiers in New Zealand right now. He's skiing in both the junior and the open team. So this is kind of like he's focused on his junior skiing, but he's bringing points to the table for the opens as well.
Yeah, Williams a solid skier. He's a open scorer in this event, 14 plus. Looks like he's grown a bit since the last time I saw him in Wisconsin. He's got to be kind of a taller build kid.
Oh, mate, he doesn't stop growing. This kid just keeps going and going, and here he is now. He's back for 3 runs there. He's coming back for 4. There's 5. Looking strong. 6. Coming back for 7. Really nice skiing here from Will. There's 8 crossings, and he's looking nice and solid, nice and clean as he comes down the run there.
Yeah, that was a great stand-up run for William Lee. Great rhythm there, just posture and position. Really nice, very consistent. Didn't see him, the hands, feet, everything was dialed in, just really consistent, left to right, right to left, all the way down the lake. William was in the U.S. Skiing the Nationals here just a little over a week ago. Posted a 15.3 in the wake slalom event, which wasn't his personal best. Close to it. He had a 15.4 in 2018 at the Waikato Regionals in January of this year. Okay, skier on the water. Coming up backwards, pass number 2, William Lee of New Zealand. And there he goes, cross number 2 and 1 and 2. Here he's into 4, looking good. Cross number 5 is very nice. Picking that foot up nice and clean. Good rhythm going here. Yeah, nice pace there for William Lee, New Zealand.
He's going to be happy with that, Rod.
Yeah, that was a really nice pace. Really good transition, nice and fast. Kept it nice and tight. Didn't get wide on anything. The picking up the foot, setting it down, looked like very proficient and clean. I mean, as a judge, I didn't see anything there I would have questioned. I thought it was a really nice run for William Lee. Have an announcement to make. If any of the skiers or people on site have know where the Chinese team is staying, if you could call their hotel and or contact them individually and please have them report to the site, that would be great. Please contact the Chinese team if you know of their whereabouts and ask them to report to the ski site. Thank you.
So next up on the water, I think we have Bryce Storman from USA. This kid's another really strong slalomer. Rod, he's capable of slamming up into the 16s, 17s. Skis in the Open Pro division in slalom, and actually took the bronze medal at the U.S. Nationals just not long ago in Open Pro behind Jackson Gerard and Keith St. Onge. So some pretty big skiing here from this little kid.
Bryce is another kid. Yeah, I think of him being on the fast track. He's only 15 years old, and I had a chance to see him compete back at the 2015 Nationals in the U.S., in Wisconsin, and the Worlds. And every time I watched him ski, he just gets better and better.
So there he is there, 4 crossings in, that's 5. Really moving here forwards. That's 6, coming back for 7, 8. There's 9, so that's a nice run there from Bryce. Goes out the front door on crossing number 10, but I got a feeling that's going to be out of time anyway. Really, really nice run there from Bryce. He's going to be coming in backwards, obviously, for his next pass. And now 2 top dogs in the event, TJ Russo from Australia, Jackson Gerard from USA up next.
That's going to be exciting to watch those guys. With Bryce Storman, as I mentioned, I kind of followed his career a little bit, just was lucky enough to see him ski when he first broke into the sport. But back in 2015, when he was 12 years old, last tournament he skied of 2015, he waked at 8.9. He comes out 1 year later, not even, when he's 13, and goes up to a 12.4. I mean, that's cruising. That's moving your career path pretty quickly there. So, as you mentioned, Ben, Midwest Regionals, he showed up and skied a 16.8 this year, a 16.5 at U.S. Nationals, and he's only 15 years old. I mean, he's going to be a contender for a long time.
Yeah, he's still young, and he's pretty early to the sport. We actually joke about it. The last Nationals just gone by in the U.S., he's the first skier to go Open Pro that learned to ski on the Seahorse. And the Seahorse is a new innovation. It's only been around since about 2013, 2014. So for him to start learning, in just the last 4 years and kind of come as far as he has is pretty cool. So here he comes now. He's shaking off the dust from that fall after time. Coming in backwards now for a second pass. As he regrips the handle, gets ready to go. Let's see what he can do on the second run here. First crossing looks good, nice and clean. There's 2. Coming back for 3. There's 4. Really moving here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice pace here from Bryce Storman. Really moving down the lake. He skied out both runs. He's going to be nice and happy with that. Great skiing there from Little Storman. So next up on the water, Rob, we got TJ Russo, and TJ's a great slalomer, solid tricker, but my gosh, have you seen this kid jump?
Yeah, I did, Ben, at the 2016 Worlds. That name stuck out.
Yeah.
I remember seeing TJ there, and boy, was I ever impressed. That kid has got talent.
Oh, just great style of jumping. He makes it look so easy, so smooth. And I think his PB just broke the regional AO record at 25.8 meters earlier this year. So it's going to be really fun to watch him as he gets into the junior boys jump later this week. One of the nicest jumpers in the open and junior division, really, with some big jump scores.
This junior division wake slalom's really going to be a tight one on Friday. We've got a number of skiers in this division that are putting up right around 16. I mean, they're very consistent score-wise.
Yeah.
I think Jackson Gerard's going to blow the ceiling off of it. Everything goes well. It's water skiing. You never know. But I'll tell you what, for 2 out of the 3 spots, it's a coin toss here.
It's going to be tight. So here comes TJ now. He's going to want to put a big score up there. He's probably going to be looking to chase into the 16-17 mark right around his PB. Really tall skier, really clean skier on the water rod. Here he comes now for his first cross, coming straight back for number 2. There's number 3, coming back for 4. Great pace on TJ here as well as he goes into crossing number 5. All clean, all solid. There's 6. Comes back for 7, 8. I'm going to hazard a guess. He's probably timing out right around the 8 mark there. So a really nice run there from TJ Russo. And if there was ever anybody out here at the tournament that could better Betsy Gilman when it comes to squealing, she is on the dock right now. Gizzy Halaz, I think her voice carries back to Australia from Canada here.
I could hear it. I'm glad Gizzy's here. We missed you, Gizzy, at 2016. Great to see you here. One of my most prized possessions in barefooting, I've got a T-shirt signed by Gizzy from the 2000 World Barefoot Championships, where I had her write down, I think it was something along the lines of first, it was her world record, held the World Trick Open women's record at that time, and I had her write the score and sign it for me. It was I still have it today, and it's hanging on the wall.
Yeah, that's awesome. Gizzy's she still holds 2, I believe, of the 3 senior women's records to this day. 14 in slalom and 4,400, I believe, in tricks, which is just a huge score. And obviously multiple-time world champion, record holder.
Yeah, my memory of watching Gizzy ski is she really set the bar for women doing toe turns. I mean, they were just I had not seen a female do toe turns with the the feet to feet, toe back, toe front that I had seen when Gizzy performed back in the Worlds in 2000, and it was amazing.
All right, so we got TJ Russo coming in for his second pass now. 2 crossings in already. Foot's really high, really clean there as he comes back for 4. Great pace on TJ backwards here. It's crossing number 6, straight back 7, 8, coming back now for 9. Solid run there from TJ Russo, folks, putting the score up in the first round of boys slalom. I'm going to hazard a guess, Rod, that was probably 16-17. Great opening score there for TJ.
That was crazy. Boy, talk about throwing it down. That was a pass where, he was attacking it, Ben. He was going after it. It wasn't, there was no pausing, and he was driving and going. That was beautiful skiing right there for TJ Russo of Australia. Your second highest seed. We've got one final skier in this division, Jackson Gerard, USA.
So Jackson's getting ready on the dock here. He's, I know he really wants to win the slalom event this year, Rod. I think he placed 2nd or 3rd at the last Worlds in slalom. Brody Meskers took the gold in boys slalom last World, sorry. So I know he really, really wants to see if he can pick up a gold medal in the slalom event, add that to his list of achievements. And he's more than capable, but it's not going to be easy. Watching some of these guys here, Bryce, TJ, Will, Andrea, all these guys putting up some big scores, even in this prelim round. So the pressure's on Jackson here to put up a solid score.
Yeah, there's a little bit of room this year. We've got Connor Rogers, who skied as a junior at the last World and medaled. He's moved up to the open division, so it's given a little bit of it's given up a medal spot for these guys to chase.
Definitely, and here comes Jackson now. 3 crossings in already, coming back. There's 4, coming for 5. There's 6. Nice and clean, nice and high with those feet. 7. There's 8. Coming back now for 9. There's 10. I'm going to guess he's right on target for a good solid 9+, probably a 9.2 maybe, pace forwards there. So some nice skiing there from Jackson Gerard. Once we wrap up this boys slalom event after Jackson's second pass there, folks, we're going to move it on to open women's slalom prelims. We got 15 ladies in the event with some really big names in the sport again. And once again, folks, if anyone knows where Team China is staying or where they are, we do have 3 Chinese skiers first off the dock. We'd love to see them get here. They may already be here by now. I could just be bambling for nothing. But please, Team China, if you know of them, you know where they are. Let's get them here and get them skiing.
Jackson Gerard with a 19.3 at the U.S. National Championships a couple weeks ago. That is such a huge score. He's put up 19 earlier in the year at the PGA season opener, but and then I guess 2017 Southern Splash. So he's been there. He's been in the 19s a number of times. That was a great run. Boy, I mean, talk about his transitions were he just set that foot down. He was gone, going the other direction. Kept it nice and tight. Wake to wake, either side of the wake. Very good skiing by Jackson Gerard.
Right, guys, just a heads up as well. We have a team managers meeting in 5 minutes down at the starting area in the fenced-off area there. Managers meeting 5 minutes. All right, Rod, cool Jackson, second pass.
Here we go. There he goes. Pass number 1. Wow, look at him dig. He is putting it down. Jackson Gerard skiing aggressive, driving that foot, that skiing foot. The angle to the wake is just aggressive. He's going after it. That is a beautiful run for Jackson Gerard. That's a great pace right there. Standing it up with a turn at the end. Jackson Gerard, USA.
He was really moving at the end there on that run there, Rod.
Yeah. So, Ben, you've skied with Jackson, obviously, a lot at the World Barefoot Center. I mean, what's the top end for him? What do you think he skis in practice? Is he skiing?
He's capable of pushing up into the 20 range. Jackson's biggest thing is just making sure he skis clean all the way through that wake. His speed, as you can see, is way there already.
Yeah, he was flying. I mean, there's just the set down pickup is just it's almost blinding how fast he gets.
It's one way and straight back again the other.
Yeah, that's some great skiing right there. That's a real treat to watch.